Hey traders, welcome back to Breaking Bread with Traders. And for those of you who are tuned in for the first time, I'm your host, Mood, and I hail from the land of the free state of mind. This is my first ever trade since being discharged from the hospital. Now, some of you might know that I was poisoned a couple of weeks back, food poisoning, and I haven't been in the markets for quite some time now. And today is my first time actually browsing through the markets and also looking at the institutional holdings. And we can clearly see that before us, we have an instrument called Britain pound versus the New Zealand dollar. Even the terminology has left me, you know. I don't know why I would call this an instrument, although it is an instrument, right? So, anyways, we have GN before us, and we can clearly see that price has been pushing from this top level here, whereby we had 920 million institutional holdings residing, and that's in pounds at this level here at 2,2923, right? So as you can see, price has already tapped this level and it has started to drop without us, right? So initially we couldn't get this level. I actually just saw this now. So I'm just going to execute this where price is, and yeah, I'm just going to put stop loss just above there and then target minimum risk to reward of 1:3. There we have it. I'm also going to execute on my trading account. Okay, let's put stop loss K and then target 1:3. Okay, I'm risking almost 1.5, right? So I'm supposed to be making 4,500 if I'm correct, right? Somewhere around there. Let me check back here on my, what is this? Okay, the TP is somewhere down there. Yeah, the TP is somewhere down here, right? It's fine. Okay, this is my first ever trade that I'm taking. And yeah, let's see how it plays out. I'm out there. Peace in the Middle East. I hope everybody been good. I'm gonna be around for a long time now. Because when I was there, I pleaded with God to save my life so that I can serve traders, his children. Because most of them, they're in the trenches having financial burdens. I'm not saying I'm going to make each and every one of you rich. No. I myself, I'm not rich. But there will be financial freedom, right? So just follow along. I'm glad to be back. Thank you, guys. See you when this trade has played out, I guess. All right. Peace. Hey, traders. So I'm back with an update. Today, it's the next day, the 27th of August. I believe an extended gameplay of GTA 6 is also coming out today on Netflix. So yeah, anyways, let's focus on the trade here. You remember yesterday I was anticipating a price to push further to the downside after price had tapped our institutional holding level here. And yeah, we can clearly see that price has just been dropping, although we have not yet hit our TP. Another thing that you have to pay attention to is that we are currently in London session and we anticipate perhaps a further drop to the downside, right? So we will see how this trade goes. As far as my trading account, we can clearly see that we are in a profit here on the GN, right? Great Britain pound versus the New Zealand dollar, right? So this is where we set our stop loss. I mean TP, and that's where we set our stop loss, you know. So perhaps what we can do is maybe move our stop loss just to break even, and then come this side, move our stop loss, break even, so that we are in a risk-free trade, right? So yeah, we will see how this trade plays out, but it doesn't really matter now how it plays out, you know, because we are in a risk-free trade. The point is, trade started to drop from where we had anticipated, and just a summation of the whole thing. Price came here on the 26th of August. This is where we had institutional holdings residing of 920 million pounds at this level of 2.2923, right? That was the level, right? And as you can see, price started to plummet and shift away from that level. And yesterday we were having some sort of a pullback, you know. Price was taking out some liquidity, and then yeah, we anticipated price would push further to the downside, and that's what price is doing, right? So yeah, that's how this trade played out. All right, peace in the Middle East, yo. Thank you for watching. Reminder again, this is my first trade. This is my first trade, bro. Wow, crazy. In a long time. All right. And yeah, man, I'm not taking any credit, you know. I'm just trading based off the institutional holdings. I'm not taking any credit, you know. So yeah, I don't have to stress myself with analyzing and things like that. That's not what I do. That's not our job as traders. Like the further you go into this journey, you'll start to realize that our job as traders is not to analyze the markets, because that's where we all start. That's why you find so many traders that are profitable, yet they don't even know how to analyze the market. They're profitable, they're trading fundamental news, they're profitable based on luck and things like that. You understand? Some can even make money using EAs. You understand? But as you get older or gain more experience in this journey, you start to realize that our job as traders is not to be right technically. Our job is to employ a strategy that has an edge and just respect the risk parameters. All right, I'm out, yo. Peace in the Middle East.